Although I've considered myself an anarchist, I wouldn't say that I align with one form of anarchism specifically. I've enjoyed reading Benjamin Tucker, Bob Black, Kevin Carson, and Max Stirner. Broadly speaking, I am a post-anarchist, post-civilizationist, and an egoist, although I also like mutualism, individualism, post-leftism, and really anything which seeks to limit government. All these are appealing to me since I like the concepts of individual freedom, autonomy, mutual aid, voluntary/free association, a genuinely free market, anti-workism, and I'm opposed to exploitation, authority, and coercion. I was introduced to antinatalism through Cultural Philistine. I researched it, and then saw ethylism as a logical continuation of it, and then delved into promortalism. Because of this, my promortalism is rooted in not only metaphysical pessimism, but also antinatalism. Existence leads to suffering, therefore it is suffering. People say that life has goodness, but they don't realize that we wouldn't need it if we weren't deprived of it. Life is deprivation. I think that life shouldn't be perpetuated, and it'd be best if sentient beings ceased to exist. Comparing anarchism to statist and capitalist systems, it comes very clear to me why I support anarchism. A state is inherently oppressive as it imposes rules and restrictions the individual does not consent to. I regard anarchism as ethically better, as it would get rid of systemic violence. People would actually have freedom as they aren't bound to laws and oppression by governments. Anarchism would free us from many kinds of suffering that persist in the current system, such as wage slavery, bureaucracy, police brutality, unaffordable living, etc. Though it should be noted that it wouldn't get rid of suffering itself, since life inherently is suffering. Even in an ideal world, suffering persists. It's unavoidable. There is aging, death, disease. Anarchism does solve many structural problems within our society, but it doesn't free us from the pain of existence. Anarchists claim it to get rid of coercion, but they don't realize that all interaction with people is coercion. In anarchy, there is still deprivation, thus suffering persists. Anarchy attempts to maximize dignity and minimize coercion for those who must live. Promortalism sees that life itself is harmful. Dignity and coercion wouldn't exist without life. Life is an imposition no one asked for. It wasn't like a video game lobby where we chose to spawn into the game. No, we were brought here for exactly our parents' selfishness. No consideration for whether it would be good for us to live. Anarchism isn't liberation, it is mitigation. It is a better system which improves our lives. Now, one may ask whether it is pointless to advocate for anarchism if life itself is undesirable. Well, I'd say that it would be best for suffering to be minimized now that we exist. Not all people wish to die anyway. People should have the right to die, the option of not reproducing, the option of living life the way they see best. We shouldn't coerce people to do otherwise. A person who is truly against the imposition of life should also be against the state, because it incentivizes life so it can continue to exist. What I mean is that the state supports procreation so that it can continue to exist, and therefore, if you are truly an antinatalist or ethylist, you should be against the state. The act of not procreating is one of the most anarchist things you can do. The state is natalist because it needs more people to maintain its existence. It produces pro-natalist propaganda to desperately cling on to its existence. And if you, my friend, are against procreation, I shall now consider you my comrade, a fellow rebel against the state. Maybe I'll make another video about this, but anarchism is the system which I see as best and most freeing life, but in the end the most freeing thing is death, freedom from life.